And the Bengals prevailed 41-17 over Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Baltimore now enters its bye week with some questions to answer as Cincy now leads the AFC North after they beat Lamar for the first time in 6 career matchups. So, Shannon, scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you about Lamar and the Ravens right now?
Skip, I'm going to go with 3. I think every team every year has, especially teams that we think are going to be there fighting for it at the end. We saw the Bucs last year lose 38-3 to New Orleans, and everybody's like, oh, it's over. How did they come back from that? Lamar, the team had a bad game. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase is already a top combo, Skip. And I think it goes back to them playing together at college.
It did.
And they've got an opportunity to pick right up where they left off. And this is why Joe Burrow was in there like, yeah, I know we need protection, but give me somebody that can take a 5-yard route and turn into an 80-yard spectacular. And we saw that. Guy had 8 for a 201 yesterday and a spectacular touchdown run. He's been sensational. Good luck someone beating him for Rookie of the Year. I think we should go ahead and hand him that award now, Skip. But look, Lamar made a great throw yesterday. You see the throw he made to Hollywood?
Beautiful.
I mean,
just sweet, yeah.
I mean, so he's shown that he can throw the ball, Skip. I was surprised that their defense gave up 520-plus yards to this Cincinnati Bengals offense. Skip, Joe Burrow is better, way, way, way better than I thought he was going to be. My concern with him, I was like, well, Skip, the guy only started 1 year. He had a magical season. Are we sure this is a thing of foreshadowing of things to come?
And the season before was not so magical.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
He was terrible, Skip.
Yep.
And I'm like, hold on. But he did the same thing. The same questions people had about Cam Newton, Skip. Well, he only started 1 year. And so how good can he be? And
but he'd won a national championship at Blinn Junior
Yeah,
College.
people don't really count junior college. They say that's the 13th grade. But that's
you
not.
Saw it coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw what he did, Skip. I saw what Joe Burrow did and the talent that he had. Cam Newton did not have that level of talent at Auburn. Cam Newton single-handed, that might have been the greatest season ever as far as one individual dragging the team to a national championship.
I would agree.
But, Skip, no, I'm not, I tell you what I did do. I undervalued Cincinnati and how good they were going to be this year. I did do that. That defense, Hendrickson, that came from New Orleans, Skip, he's been a monster.
He's a difference maker. He is.
Baltimore could not protect Lamar yesterday, and I was surprised by that. So give Cincinnati credit. They're going to be a major player in this division, but I'm not overly concerned with the Ravens.
I am, because of the way this game unfolded. And I agree with you on the Bengals. I did not see this coming this soon. The Bengals are reminding me of my Cowboys in that they're a young, talented team that is starting to flex its muscles and look around the locker room and say, hey, wait a second.
Why not us?
We're this good, man. Look what we can do.
Right.
We're as good as they are.
Right.
So here's what got me about yesterday. This is at Baltimore.
Yeah.
And early in the third quarter, Lamar does what Lamar's been doing a lot of. He hit Hollywood with a thing of beauty on the back line of the end zone. And all of a sudden I look up and it's 17-13 home team. This is early third quarter.
Right.
And guess what happened after that? A whole lot of orange happened after that because the Bengals went crazy. They outscored them 28-0 the rest of the second half. And every play was a highlight play because it goes to that Uzama, the tight end from Auburn.
He had 2.
You know, he had 2, C.J. Uzama. He had a 32-yarder, and then Jamar got loose on a little 3rd and 2 play where he just split the 3 DBs, and he was just gone. Once he's loose, he is loose gone.
Right.
And then my man Joe Mixon, University of Oklahoma, I told you before that draft, he can play.
Right.
He had a very ugly incident, which I will not even try to defend.
Right.
But the point
had he
was,
not had an incident, he'd probably been a first rounder.
Hey, would he have been? Because he can just play. He can catch it as well as he can run it. And then my other man, Samaje Perine from the University of Oklahoma, he got loose for 46 at the end.
Right.
So I just gave you 4 big plays, like busts on defense.
And that's the thing, Skip, and the Baltimore Ravens don't normally give up those kind of plays. Look, what Jamar Chase, Skip, Marlon Humphrey is no slouch. The guy's an all-pro.
Oh, God.
And Jamar Chase made him look like a practice squad guy.
He did. But there were 3 of them there, and he just split them, and he was gone.
Yes.
I think it was 3rd and 2. I think it was short,
But, I mean, look, this is the Bengals, Skip. I did not see this coming. I did not see it. Because, you know, Skip, we know we've all been same old Bengals. Same old Bengals. It's either the Ravens or the Steelers. Ravens or the Steelers. And a lot of people say, well, Cleveland. Cincinnati's like, why not us?
Okay. And so Baltimore even won the turnover battle because they had none.
Right.
And Burrow threw the 1 pick.
Right.
And Marlon Humphrey got that. Okay, so it's 1-0 turnover battle, and it's still 41-17.
Yeah.
Really?
Skip 416 yards.
Whew. You realize that's 2 out of the last 3 games that Baltimore's defense has given up 500 plus.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
Right.
So on the concern level, I'm going to go to a 7 for Baltimore, only because that team is starting to control your division.
Right.
They're in your division.
Oh, Cincinnati, yeah, because
That's what I'm saying.
if I'm not mistaken, they've already beaten Pittsburgh and they've beaten Baltimore.
They have. Okay.
So they're like, hold on, we the new beast. We the new kings of the North.
Yep. And Lamar was okay yesterday. He had his moments, but then you look at the final stats and you say, wait a second, 15 of 31, that's below 50%, right? So now we're back to the bad old days of, are you sure? You got to be a little more accurate than that.
Right.
And look what he did to Hollywood. Speaking of Marquise Brown, he threw him 14 balls and he only caught 5. Now, he caught the one big one that looked like it put them over the top early third quarter, but that was the end of that. 14 targets with 5 catches, as you well know. Those are not good.
Those are not good numbers. They ran okay, Skip. But you know what? I'm going to chalk this up. I'm going to give Cincinnati more credit than I'm going to take away from, like, Baltimore didn't play well.
Yep.
There's a reason why they didn't play well, and Cincinnati defense had a lot to do with that. I'm a little concerned about their defense, Skip, because, like you said, they gave up a bunch of yards to the Colts. They dodged a huge bullet to come back. Lamar had to go out of his mind. He had an out-of-body experience to come back and win that ball game. But offensively, I know they can play better. Now, at some point in time, Skip, you can't keep trotting out their practice squad guys on running back. I mean, it's still the National Football League.
True.
It's still a talent league. And right now, they don't have a whole lot of it at the running back position.
Look what happened. Lamar had 88 yards. The rest of the backs had a grand total of 27. So he's still the whole show.
Yes.
Boy, that's hard to maintain, right?
It'll be all right. They had a bad game. But, Skip, you think about it. It took the Bengals a walk-off to beat Jacksonville. They lost to Chicago with Andy Dalton. And they lose, we saw the kicking for, they both missing field goals against Green Bay. In overtime, they lose by 3. And then look, the Ravens are good, Skip. We saw what they did. They beat Kansas City. Now, Kansas City don't look that much. But we saw Indy just win last night. Indy looked like they're up and coming.
They're up and coming. I would agree. They're starting to figure it out. I can't make heads or tails of what happened last night.
You see walking to him?
Yeah.
You see what he's doing?
You told me you were done with it.
No,
I'm going to engrave that in stone over here because you said I'm done with walking to him, so he doesn't deserve the nickname anymore.
My thing is, can he stay healthy? It seems like, Skip, remember in camp, he broke a bone in his foot. And it seems like every week he's got something going on. I'm like, bro, what you made of, paper mache?
Well, we'll see. I told you before the year, if anybody can save him and turn his career around, that guy can because he was his quarterback coach, obviously, in Philly. So in the end, you love Justin Herbert.
Yes.
I'll take Joe Burrow over Justin Herbert on moxie, body language, fearlessness, just on swagger. I just like the way he plays, and I think his team likes the way he plays. Because Justin Herbert, for my taste, is just a little too stoic. He's just a little too emotionless.
Well, Skip, we know if Joe Burrow hadn't got hurt last year, Joe Burrow was going to be Rookie of the Year because he had thrown for 400 yards. We had seen him week in and week out, but he just, took that bad hit and he ended up tearing his ACL. Give Joe Burrow credit, Skip. I mean, he looks like a bigger version of Macaulay Culkin. But he can flat out play. He can flat out throw the football, Skip.
Can he?
416 against that defense?
Right. So Justin Herbert has more measurables.
Yeah, I think he has a bigger arm.
Taller, bigger arm. He's got a rocket arm. But I'll take Joe Burrow because his team loves to play behind him.
Well, guess what? They're going to be linked because they're in the same draft class. And whether you want to or not, you get drafted in the same class as somebody else. If you play that same position, y'all together.
Yep.
y'all join at the hip.
Well, congratulations, Bengals. You are back.
Yep.
Back in business.
I know those Bengal fans are happy to hear